Every story has an ending. Does our quest to play the top 100 courses in 10 years have a good ending? I'm Nish.
I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we're here to guide you through this golfing journey. This is the Top 110 Golf Podcast, Episode 22, the Royal St David's Golf Club Preview. Well, gentlemen, welcome back for feels like a special episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure last time I was here it was like episode 12 or something. We're on episode 22 already.
You've missed a few. That's a fair point.
A little break.
And it's actually quite good that we're talking about actually playing golf.
Actually playing golf.
Actually,
yeah.
Well, actually you playing golf, not just about other people playing golf.
Yeah, not talking around golf.
Not golf in Japan or...
Yeah. Actual golf we might actually play.
Yeah.
But this is great. Like, it's a special moment because what's it been, 3 months since we've actually sat down together as a
All
trio,
three of us, yeah.
which is pretty crazy.
I was going to say in a professional setting, but it's not really that professional,
No.
is it, to be fair?
No.
The booze is still flowing.
But, you know, we're doing a double header, so back-to-back courses with the Royal St David's, which we're going to preview today, and Abu Dhabi. We're going to do a weekend away, which this week's episode was about golf trips. I don't think it's going to be quite as booze fueled, although it might be. I don't know. Are we gonna?
Jim's not coming anymore.
I've been sold a dud here, haven't I?
Yeah, I think it might be actually.
Well, the Saturday's going to be about. Well, the Friday's going to be about the anticipation,
yeah.
the build-up, the excitement. Then Saturday for me is going to be probably drowning my sorrows and then trying to get myself mentally ready and prepared for playing Sunday as well.
Well, I mean, you know my troubles with my new irons, Jim. So I think I'll
your
join
pain.
you. I'll join you in that on Saturday.
It's all right. I'll be the third or fourth out in my then. So as you said, Chris,
Yeah,
you'll have mastered them.
You've mastered them, yeah.
I went to the sim on Monday and I was hitting it pretty well again,
Nice.
which I was going to message you. And I thought, don't do this again. Don't say you're hitting it well again and it's going to happen. But
Yeah, what you need to do is go to the sim and just have an absolute fucking.
I tried.
Shank it into the
I
next.
tried, but
to
I
the next
can't.
door's bay.
Yeah, I can't
I did
miss hit it on the bay. That's the thing. On the sim, I just can't. Like, it just goes. I was like, I worked out my average on my 7-9 was 175 yards, which probably take 10 off because it was indoor versus playing outdoors. That's decent. Not bad, is it? That?
Yeah, decent yardage.
The numbers were all good, like the spin rates and all that kind of stuff that the guy at Clubhouse was telling me about what it should be, and I was like, it's looking all right. So here's what's going to happen on Saturday at Royal St
Never
David's.
tempt fate.
And it's also special because you're playing with us, Jim, this time, both
I am
courses.
special when it comes to playing golf.
Have you ever played a links course before?
No, it'll be the first time.
Oh, and back to back
Nice.
in Wales.
Baptism of fire in March in Wales.
It could really improve my game. You never know. As long as it can hit it,
I mean,
the wind could carry it.
your driver doesn't go up, but like it goes straight and
Quite
rolls.
flat,
So
yeah.
Perfect.
that should.
set up.
Just need dry
ideally.
conditions, otherwise it's just going to go about 50 yards and then stop in a puddle.
Well, interestingly for you, on one of the videos I watched about Royal St David's, it said it's a really dry course generally, so even when it's really wet, everywhere else, it dries pretty well. And I don't think it's been particularly
dry
wet.
by Welsh standards or by
That's a
actual
good
standards?
point. Yeah.
I suppose it's going to be blowing a gale from the Irish Sea, so it's going to dry pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Very true.
Do you think it's going to be windy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's renowned for being a pretty
Shit.
windy part of the Welsh coast. That I think,
Oh,
isn't it?
God.
It's basically.
But then again, you did say that about Silith as well.
Yeah, you did
True.
actually. Yeah.
Maybe I should say that about every course then. It's going to be really wet.
Really
it's gonna be
windy,
really
yeah.
windy. It's going to be miserable.
That's a good tradition to keep, I think.
Absolutely.
Every single course we play. I mean, okay, we've sort of alluded to it, but how have your off seasons been? What have you? Maybe Chris can.
My
What's-
off season has been 100% off.
Because you're doing lessons.
I was doing lessons
Yeah.
up till the back end of last year, so up to December basically, and then I've injured myself first week of January, and I've not been able to play golf since, or tennis, which is really frustrating. So I'm going to be unfit. I'm going to be out of touch with my golf game. Yeah, I'm well prepped to start the season again.
It's a perfect prep.
Yeah, but I'm back now, so I've hit golf balls this weekend, which is great. So
Yep.
I've got a couple of weeks to get my mojo back.
Love it.
So
I'll just get my mojo.
Just something. just we were absolutely buzzing. Like this week, we've been messaging just going, we're gonna be playing golf in 2 weeks, like properly playing golf, like actually doing the challenge again. Like dead excited.
Yeah, like I think I kind of forgot the excitement from the like actually just going on those days last time round was like really like palpable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel like I've kind of forgotten that a little bit because most of it's just been essentially me listening to you talk about golf for the last 2 months, Nish. Because I've not been on the podcast, I've not been playing any golf, but that's as close to golf as I've.
I'll add a little bit onto that. Me talking about golf incorrectly, largely. That's why I'll get guests on to try and correct me and tell me the right thing. Jim, your off season, how's it been?
I got some new clubs,
Yeah.
as some of the listeners may
Yeah,
have
we
heard
know.
on one of the podcasts recently. Then I've had a couple of rounds, and
Yeah.
then I've been on the sim, which was okay. That's about it, really.
So first go of a links course, like what's running through your head? This is because there'll be people out there who will be in the same boat. They'll have booked a good course and they're like, it's a links course. Are you going to say something that's going to resonate with them, or are you just going to be like,
What the
Let me
fucking hell have you done? I think is probably the first thing that runs through my head.
why
I
have
mean,
you
it's the same
dragged?
game. You just got to get the little white hole, little white ball in the hole. That's all you got to
This is
do.
where you've been going wrong, Chris, this whole time.
No, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be an immense challenge because I'm nowhere near even amateur status. by
Are there like
amateur-
different levels of amateur status?
What's below amateur?
Rank amateur.
Rank amateur.
It's that.
Thing is, that's kind of a misnomer in some respects because it feels like you've got a ranking.
Yeah. They're ranking you amateur.
The rankless amateur. That's what we should call you. Your new nickname.
That's a good moniker. I like that.
Better than the usual ones.
Yeah.
Unrankable.
Unrankable. That's probably more appropriate. Yeah, no, I think it'll be a great challenge, and it'll be good to start the season with you guys in terms of the return to the challenge.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The first one we've all done together. It's
I
gonna
know.
be epic.
Well, I mean, we should talk about the off season generally because we've managed to book quite a lot of courses for this year.
yeah, it's been a busy one. Hasn't it?
I think we're playing 5 courses in the next 5 weeks. Once we start playing in Wales, we're
Pretty quick succession, isn't it?
yeah, because it's the 2 Welsh ones. There's Hoylake
Yeah.
and then there's Glen Eagles, which
With 2 courses.
boy does that look special. Which I found out the 41st best hotel in the world, Glen Eagles. It's pretty good that.
Yeah, it's probably priced as the 41st best hotel.
It was interesting actually. So we booked it. We had this chat, and Lucy made a really good point. She was like, I sort of expected the 41st best hotel in the world to be like in the £1,000 a night, something like that kind of territory, and it wasn't.
So
So
when you told her the
I mean,
price, she was like, "Oh, bargain!
Yeah.
Let's stay for a week."
Exactly.
I can't believe
Well,
the
I mean-
amount of money that I'm thinking is a bargain now, but I suppose that's what this challenge does to you, doesn't it?
Get those golf clubs quick. Those new golf clubs quick.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, Jim. I need to do that.
Is that on the radar then? New clubs.
I'm gonna ditch. I've got a 3-wood in my bag that's completely useless to me, so I'm gonna ditch that. And I might stick a driving iron in my bag as well at some point. Just
Okay.
because we're gonna be playing a lot of links golf, so it's kind of it's a,
Low and out the wind.
it's a nice little weapon to have.
Yeah. You're going to replace the 3-wood with another 3-wood, or
Yeah, so I'll get another 3-wood, and then I'll have a choice between a 5-wood and a driving iron, depending on where we're playing.
I had a funny moment on Monday actually. You'll like this. So the guy who runs the sim,
Yeah.
there was nobody else in there in the first thing. So he kind of like walked over and was like, "All right, mate, how you doing?" I was like, "This is eating into my hour, but fine if you pause it, great." And he's like, "Oh, so what have you got in the bag then?" He's like, tailor-made P790s, I see. So he must have, I didn't know this, but he must have obviously just gone, oh, he knows about his kit. Went into a whole 10-minute thing about, like, oh, what else have you got? No, you got this hybrid. Oh, yeah. Do you find it hard to hit your 3-wood? I was like, don't have one, but yeah. He's like, try 5-wood. That might do. He's like, spending more of my money. What's that from? Like,
This wasn't the pro from the shop, was it? By the chance?
I didn't want to say I don't know what the hell you're talking about here, but I'm happy with what
you
I've
don't know
got.
what a
I'm
3-wood
alright.
or a 5-wood are.
I know what a 3-wood and 5-wood, but I was like, when he's going, oh, it's much easier to. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But yeah, it was sizing up the equipment in the bag. Got nice wedges apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they still there?
Well, that
When you say
I
you're
know,
sizing them up, I
he
thought
was sort of like, yeah, he was kind of like, I'm not precious about this sort of stuff, but he was kind of like picking
Don't-
everything up out of the bag and like giving it a good fondle, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
don't touch my
don't
wedges,
touch
mate.
my fucking
he
clubs,
said he's
man.
not precious about it.
I know,
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I was like, don't. I got them half price on the Callaway reconditioned site, so come on, mate. Like, don't touch a man's wedges just without consent. Like, have a feel. Like, that's fine, but yeah, maybe I am precious about my clubs. I washed them enough, so fair enough. Right, look,
You want to
let's
wash mine as well? You're more than welcome to. I'll bring them round.
get Aaron will do it.
Yeah, Aaron will do it. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Maybe
loves
that
that.
could be the forfeit for the loser of every round. Go wash.
Oh, another
wash
one.
everyone else's
This is
clubs.
like 1970s football club. You know, the apprentices need to do the football boots and all that sort of stuff.
Get the toothbrush out.
Well, look, shall we talk about where we're going to play? Royal St David's.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
That is the purpose of why we're here. You're right. Yeah, absolutely. I do have a loose structure, but I think rather than me just read stuff out, I'll drop a few points in and see what sticks. So a few things I know is that I'm looking forward to. Watched a few videos. Harlech Castle sits proudly overlooking the course, which I think is going to be nice. They're going to be some nice pictures as a result of that. And I
Yeah,
think this is the
absolutely,
first
yeah.
one. Jim's going to bring his GoPro.
Yeah.
We're going to film the whole round,
Okay.
which will then decide, dependent on how we play, whether that's something that we share or not.
Does it come
Okay.
with, does it come with audio on the GoPro or not?
We'll maybe omit
I'm just thinking like
the audio. The
are
thing's
you,
going to
are you
be.
going to put the GoPro on your person?
I think we'll have a discussion closer to the
Okay.
Maybe we should
when
put it
we're
on a
actually
bag.
there
I'm
to
I'm
see
just
how it
thinking
works.
like
Put it on a bag.
how much of the
or...
audio will have to be like bleeped out. Jim playing his first round of links golf. For fuck's sake.
Oh, look at that TWAT with the GoPro. So I remember.
We could strap it to a bag, can't we? If we know it's on a bag, then we could always just position that bag
Position the bag.
accordingly, can't we?
Yeah,
That's probably the best way to do
I'm
it.
going to be too busy wrapping clubs around trees
I think
and
if
things,
we
or searching for my golf ball. So I think I'll pass it to you and you can.
we could strap it, if we strap it to the umbrella holder, that's upright then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Can do that.
actually, do we know what the forecast is doing for the next few weeks?
I think
Right.
it's a bit far away, isn't it?
It's
Really.
changeable.
I mean, it's Wales and it's March, so I think we've probably
It's
got
the
a
Irish
reasonable
Sea.
idea. Probably going to be wet.
Blizzard.
It's probably going to be
Yeah,
cold,
possibly a
isn't it? I think
blizzard.
it's going to be a bit
It's
chilly.
also
isn't it?
warm at the minute, so that would suggest that that's not going to hang around for
We've
3
got a cold
weeks. So
snap
by the
coming
time
up.
we get there, it'll be
Arctic
nice and
blast.
wet. Yeah.
Okay, right. Prepared for everything then, basically. But yeah, okay. We can strap it to the umbrella holder, and we'll just see how that goes.
Yeah.
It's a total experiment. I mean, it could be one of those
We
funny
have a
ones
film
where we
crew.
play so badly. It's like this is just comedy. Like, we should put this out there for posterity, but or there's like Jim's new clubs end up in the Irish Sea.
Apparently, there's dunes and which are kind of protecting you a little bit from.
Something to trap the clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
Not if you get on
It'd
top
take-
of the dunes, though, Jim.
No.
then you're in business.
So, the castle. The castle was made in like the thousands, something like that, year 1000, whatever.
13th century, I think.
13th century was it? And
Thousands is close.
apparently the area that the golf course is on now was totally underwater at that time. So where we're playing would have been the sea when the castle was built.
Okay.
So you basically saying that climate change doesn't exist, and
Yeah,
because the
absolute
seas
climate
are
change
actually
denier.
not.
They're receding.
It's actually
They're
going the
receding.
other way. Yeah.
Bit
Yeah.
The ice caps are building up, not melting.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying here?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Fact.
I'll take that.
But I think as a result of that, it's got the bunkering is quite natural, which
Yeah.
I gather is a good thing. Like they're not like manicured.
Yeah, like I said,
bunkers and-
I have played there before, so
course
I've
you
got
have,
some
Chris,
very
yeah.
vague memories of it because I was quite young. But yeah, it has a kind of rugged feel to it.
Yeah.
For sure. Like it doesn't have that manicured, kind of links feel to it. It does feel quite wild, I would suggest. Like it's nice and it's pristine, but
Yeah.
it does have a wild feel to it.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, one of the things I said as well that it felt like a respected grown-up golf course.
Oh right, okay.
Do you feel that's an accurate?
I mean, respected and grown up are just two words that aren't really in
Can't
my
resonate,
vocabulary.
yeah.
I struggle with both those, so
This might resonate. The back nine's supposed to be really, really difficult.
yeah. I mean, I am quite difficult, so yeah,
so,
yeah.
so we know that. But they did say that this was the cookie jar golf video that they did, and they said it was the last 10 holes are just epic
Yeah.
as it builds. So
See, I was saying this to you the other day, wasn't I? I was like, I played there and I can't. It feels like it's in two halves. I couldn't remember which half was was the first half or the second half, but it's kind of some of it's really flat,
Mm.
and then some of it's quite duney. So you kind of have like this real links feel, and then this. I mean, it's still kind of linksy, but it's just
Heathland
flat,
sort
and
of
you can
thing?
just see it.
Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of, it's.
I mean, the fairways look quite ripply still. Like,
yeah,
they're not like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about
yeah,
these
but
things.
it doesn't have that kind of. I think like when you play at Silith, I think you mentioned it. I think on every hole you feel like you're just completely on your own. Like you don't see anyone
you don't
else.
see
You
anybody
just feel
else.
completely isolated because, and
Yeah.
there could be hundreds of other people out on the course and you wouldn't see them. But I don't think you necessarily get that at St
Right.
David's because
You can see everything.
you can. There's a bunch of holes where you can kind of see them kind of next to each other. Sort of.
Right, okay. Awek. People are going to see us then, aren't they? Lovely.
See Jim chucking his new clubs into the Irish Sea from the clubhouse.
You have got a round of golf the next day as well, Jim. Don't chuck your clubs. There's no promise there. There's no guarantee. It was like, no. Of course I'm not. So,
I'm not going to do that. Of course I'm not.
But that's not something we've
Respected is a word that is often used for me. Maybe not yourself, Chris. But...
That's where me and you differ, Jim.
Apparently, the second hole is one worth like taking shots and stuff like that because you tee off directly at the castle as well, so it's like a lovely backdrop. So that'll be a good one to do. And then what's the other one now? This the average golfer has played there quite a lot. Apparently, he's like done loads of videos at St David's, and he keeps going on about not just the average
golfer. The average golfer has played there.
But he just says great design. It's a good test of golf.
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty sure this is not factually true, but I seem to remember when we played it, I thought, and it's not really something that exists anymore, but I'm pretty sure it was like one of the highest standard scratch courses in the country. Maybe Wales, maybe in the UK.
Okay.
So I think it's a pretty difficult when it's windy. I mean, like any links course, right? It's going to be difficult, but yeah, I think it's a reasonable test of golf. I'm pretty sure it was up there with one of the highest standard scratch courses.
It feels like it's a tough
yeah
opener this year. Like it feels like we've got to concentrate.
Definitely. Well, I mean, we don't really need to concentrate. It doesn't really matter, does it? We can play like dickheads. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll remind you of that. When you get an uber competitive, I'm wrapping your golf club around my neck.
When he's got his head in his hands and he's like, Christopher, what are you doing? So we've obviously got the castle overlooking as well. And then there's a famous mountainous range as a backdrop, which I will leave our resident Welsh speaker to.
I don't speak Welsh. I was just trying to correct.
No, you don't, because I heard how you said it. But go on. How do you say it?
Well, it's not Snowdonia anyway, so like you were going to say.
I didn't even say. I was never going to say the S word.
You did. Areri.
Bless you. Yes, so that's the backdrop. So that should be quite nice, picturesque.
Yeah.
Golf course.
Is that just happened then, in terms of the renaming a few years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a thing then? Is that becoming a thing in Wales now, where the place names are changing? They do that in India loads now as well. So there's like loads of places just completely changing. Like you've got no idea like where you are anymore.
It was like I looked on the map the other day and I was looking for the Czech Republic and I was like, it's no longer the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Czechia, it's called now. That just happened without any kind of fanfare.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was happening.
Just came out of nowhere. Yeah, I know.
Just looking at the map one day and it's a different name.
But other few sort of things that I found out about the course, it's largely been unchanged over the years. There's not been much that's been done to it. Obviously, I did the whole booking sort of thing. But again, we got a really nice welcome. He just rang up the pro shop. Pro was like really friendly, just yes, of course, sir, I'll put you through to the right person to make the booking. There was a lovely lady in the office who's kind of like let us know what the process was, and just felt like we are going to get a nice Welsh welcome. Visitors felt we have had a couple of occasions when we were like, I don't think we felt really welcome, but this feels like a nice, they encourage and they want visitors to come.
Yeah.
And I think at what's the cost of the round? It's either £70 or £80 for a round.
Yeah.
Shoulder season sort of thing. If it's a good test of golf as it's made out to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that feels like it could be a bargain, a bit like Silith, really.
Yeah, I think they have quite a lot of country members, I think, don't they, at St David's? I think there's a lot of people have it as a second club to kind of go and to use it as a like a holiday destination for
which I didn't.
When they go to their second home.
They go to their second golf. Yeah,
Didn't know that was a thing. Like. Yeah, like secondary membership, but as as a distance. I think they've got it graded as well. It's like different categories depending on how far your house is
Yeah.
from the clubhouse. And they've got like a little bylaw of like how they figure that out. So they get this
Right,
good go on
okay.
AA route map or route planner or something like that to
Right,
work out
okay.
how long it takes to drive.
It's
And
not
it's
like
like,
the old one. They got to print all the like 10 pages of documents off on
that's
it before
it.
they travel anywhere.
Do you remember having to do that?
Yeah.
Going from the days of the A to Z
Yeah,
to
yeah.
then actually print out your instructions felt like a massive leap,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
it? And then now you're like,
absolutely.
well, I mean,
Totally lost without a sat nav.
well, my father-in-law was always like, what route are you taking down to wherever? You're like, I don't fucking know. I'm just
Wherever.
following
Press the
Google
button,
Maps.
and it's going to tell me where to
Wherever
go.
Waze tells me to go.
In terms of course difficulty, my handicap of 18.7 is bumped up to 21,
Okay.
which I think is not bad actually. That
Yeah.
because I think was it SNA gone up to 23?
Did it?
I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, SNA was a tricky one.
So basically, what you're saying is my fact about the standard scratch thing was just total
It
bollocks.
might have been complete nonsense. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that was true back in the day.
But we end on a par three, which I'm never really normally that keen on.
You said there isn't a par three?
No, we end on a par
Oh,
three.
end on a par three.
It's 5 par 3s apparently.
I was going to say.
Yeah. There's one really short one, but I think it's into the wind. It's 132 yards, but it's into the wind. Or, well, generally. So,
Lovely. So get me driving.
could be anything. Yeah. Could be absolutely anything. There's a couple of the long par threes are long, like over 200 yards. But again, I suppose if it's wind assisted, it could be all right.
But if it's not, it's a fucking nightmare.
Playing it as a par four, I think. And there's some really short par fours. I think there's one that's like 280 yards or something.
I'll be able to make
320.
that.
So
I
it's
like
drivable.
that. I like that on links courses though, where you get those nice little short par fours that just give you a little sniff of a
A
chance.
teaser.
A little dangle,
Yeah.
dangling that
But then you
carrot,
get your
yeah.
driver
Until
out
you
and
hit
get,
your-
right, I'm gonna
until
go
you hit
for
your
it,
tee
and then
shot,
just lose
yeah.
your ball. Nah, fuck.
Then you hit it and you go, oh, why have I done that? Just play the iron.
Still not learned that lesson.
So yeah, so I think it obviously feels like a good sort of testy course, but yeah, I mean, we could get very lucky with the weather again, and obviously I'm going to be watching the forecast for the whole week
Hawk.
leading up to it. Do you want to know some history of the club?
Sure.
Yeah.
The Prince of Wales at the time, who later became Edward VII, accepted patronage of the club, and they presumptively started calling themselves Royal St David's rather than St David's Golf Club. And it took another 10 years before they got the Royal Ascent,
Oh, right,
Royal
okay.
Accent.
Okay, the Royal.
Um,
so they call themselves Royal St David's
correct, for
without
10 years.
actually being royal.
Yeah, which I would have thought, knowing royals,
Yeah.
they might have gone, whoa,
Fuck you,
whoa,
you're not having
you're
that-
not having
you're
that
not
now.
having that ascent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty surprised that it went ahead.
definitely.
I mean, it's influencer marketing, isn't it? That's the first thing they've gone, oh yeah.
So they've literally
so,
just
yes.
built it.
They built
they've
it, and I
gone,
think
right, this is Royal St David's.
obviously they made him a patron of the club,
Right.
and they just went,
Oh,
oh
what?
well,
Because he was a patron.
yeah,
they just
Prince of Wales is
assumed
a
that he was-
patron, so
Right,
we'll
okay.
just start calling ourselves Royal St David's.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if they went so far as printing off their stationery or whatever, but
Yeah.
certainly they started saying we're Royal St David's now, and then had to wait 10 years for it all to come through. So it was like, okay,
So basically, what you're saying is that any old like pitch and putt around the country can just start calling themselves the
Royal
the
Adlington,
Royal Cheadle 9-hole pitch and putt.
yeah, Royal Heaton Moor
And
Golf
like
Club.
10 years later, they'll just get that. They'll just get a little letter through. Going, yep.
Yeah, so that's one Prince of Wales, and then another one who became Edward VIII was actually the captain of Royal St David's,
Right.
and he is bizarre fact really this, but he's still the only royal captain that there's ever been of a Welsh club. Now I'm thinking this is one of
Surely
the
it's an any
oldest.
club, no?
Well, this is
that's
one of
what
the
I thought.
oldest Welsh clubs around, right? 1890 something, 92
Yeah.
or something like that. There's not many older than that.
I mean, how many
How
royals
many princes
have
of
been?
Wales have there been?
How many royals have been a captain of a golf club?
Yeah, I mean, I was
can't
just
be
saying
many.
before. Do many of them play golf? Apart from the two Edwardses.
So
Right, I don't-
what year? Go on, get your history out, Nish. What year?
Edward
is that?
VIII. So what would that have been? Edward VIII would have been
Jimmy, you'll know this.
450s. Edward VIII's the guy who abdicated, right? He's the Queen's uncle. I'm not big on my
Definitely
royal.
not a history podcast. This.
No, I am not big on my royal
No, me
family
either.
at all.
Me either.
Apart from I know that they're German. That's it. I don't really know. But
Does that change our experience? Do you think?
Following in the footsteps of royalty.
Following it, yeah.
Maybe. Current Prince of Wales, a big Aston Villa fan, so there's a link
Some
there.
sort of crossover.
Something.
Very, yeah,
It's tenuous, mate.
very
It's very
tenuous.
tenuous.
Okay.
And then my third thing is not even history, but apparently lady golfers have always been an important part of the club, which I think is quite progressive from a club in the 1890s to have that level of prominence and for lady golfers. That's always quite nice, isn't it? I think that tells you a lot about the club, then, doesn't it? Straight away.
Yeah.
And its ethos.
Because if I'm right, they've not hosted very many kind of top level competitions, but actually in the women's game they have quite
Correct.
a few. The review opens that they've done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that kind of follows suit.
Which one of the things I found out about golf in Japan. So in Japan, the women's game is bigger than the men's game. The money in there is apparently is crazy, like the sponsorship and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, right, interesting. So maybe that's a little thing that the Welsh can go for, big in the ladies' game. Right, that's all I've got on history. Does anybody know anything else about Royal St David's? What's the signature hole, Jim?
The signature hole, I believe, is the 15th.
Yeah, I think it was difficult finding out that it was this, but it was. A couple of videos came up, and then they did mention that this is the signature hole.
I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I just
Have you just Googled it?
Googled it before we came online. It just says 15th, 15th, 15th. You came in saying it was the 12th.
Yeah, where did this 12th come from?
I use a different browser, and AI obviously doesn't work.
Okay.
There's a glitch in the matrix.
You've gone into Copilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're the one, are you?
There we go. Oh, well, I mean, that's quite a good live example of how rubbish AI is at the minute.
But that is so the signature hole, which then brings on to our new signature hole challenge, which Chris has set.
Yeah.
So, which knowing what I'm going to tell you what the challenge is, and then I'm going to tell you what the score is, and then it makes sense why you set the challenge. But there you go. Well, not that we're competitive, but so the signature hole challenge is it's going to be match play, overall score out of 100 holes on the signature hole only. So far, unbeknownst to me, but Chris probably knew, which is why he set it. Oh, we should just do this challenge on the signature hole, shouldn't we? 3-0 up already after
knows
three
that the
courses.
pressure's going to get to you, mate. That's all.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I've already played one tee shot, then I'll just hit the second one. That's what I'm going to do. That's my tactic. But yeah, so we're going to keep that overall tally on the signature holes, and we're going to film the signature holes.
We are, so we're going to have a slight change of tack, aren't we, in terms of our no filming on course. And
that was one of our 3 core rules.
That was one of our 3 core rules, and we broke it already after 3 rounds.
And it was your suggestion. That's the one that got me. It wasn't me railroading you into filming. You just went,
no.
I think we should really film these signature holes, you know.
I think I want the rules though. No phones on course. Is it? Or do they
on some of the courses?
Or do they specify no photos?
But we're asking before we do this. So every course we go to, we're just going to drop them a quick email, say, is it okay for us to just film one hole? We're not going to film the whole round. It's just going to be literally one hole, both our shots for that hole, and everyone's been absolutely fine with it, haven't we?
And then they spot the GoPro. You're not filming the whole round.
Yeah, have you got a camo one? just put those camouflage netting over the camera.
I'm sure you probably get some branded ones by next.
Oh
week,
yes.
at the end of the week, so.
Yeah, we've gone full on branding, haven't we? Now
there's no way about
these.
Tell me,
honestly, mate.
Don't get me into or Chris into trouble with your
these things. These
quality,
microphones, like possibly the best thing I've ever bought.
Oh, wow.
Like, it arrived and I was so excited. I was like, yes, this is. I think more than the neon sign. The neon sign I'm really happy with. I really like that. Like that just sets that radiator apart now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it there constant?
No. Well, I can't put the radiator on, so.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting to spring. We won't need it then.
Slightly worried, Nish, just being your neighbour, and obviously we're in quite close proximity. If I ever just kind of like have a little nap in the garden or something, I might just get branded. I might just wake up with a top 100.
Well, have I showed you the towel?
Tattoo.
Have you shown the towel that I've got?
No,
I've got towels now because we got that's available on the merchandise section of our website. But
like and subscribe.
I've got towels.
Have you?
Yeah.
Are they green?
They're quality. They're green. They got top 110 written all over them. A little logo in the corner. They're nice. Yeah. So that's the signature hole challenge. You're 3-0 up.
Come on. Only 97 more to go.
So what have we got? We're playing 5 courses in 5 weeks, so
Yeah.
could be 2-0 down soon, mate.
Yeah. True.
Just like that. Just like that, it could happen.
Yeah. I mean,
Are we
this
gonna-
kind of like makes Test cricket feel like a really kind of short and succinct version of any game, doesn't it?
It does.
We've got a 10-year
10 years.
competition.
Do we need to? I suppose. Do we need to set some rules of engagement on this signature hole? So should we do that? The honour should be strictly adhered to, as in whoever scored the lowest on the previous hole gets the honour on the signature hole. Because otherwise,
Maybe we should do it on a signature hole basis. So whoever won the last signature hole
goes
goes
first.
first on the next one.
Yeah, I like that because so far I've been put first and I've lost all 3. So so I will. I say put first. I just normally just put my my tee peg in the ground and just tee off. But
Yeah.
I'll let.
I have
Right,
noticed that.
let's do that.
It's always your honour.
Pace of play, mate. Pace of play. I'm a big advocate of pace of play.
What be as slow
Played
as
ready
possible.
golf. You played ready golf. You're gone. You go. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm
Actually,
looking
that'd be
forward
quite
to
good.
that. I am, yeah.
It's quite nice researching the signature holes as well because
Yeah.
I didn't really. Obviously, Gibraltar we talked about quite a lot, didn't we?
Yeah.
But apart from that, and that's because they talked about it quite a
Yeah,
lot on
yeah.
there. But the others don't seem to go on about. Well, maybe
Yeah,
SLA did, didn't
St
they?
David's, has it got a name? Like, I feel like we've had some quite good names for the signature hole so far, but it's just.
I looked at the
just
scorecard and it
15th,
seemed
is
to
it?
be names on the. What I did like on the videos that I did see is that the the tee the hole marker, the hole board, it tells you like it's hole 1 and how many yards it is and all that kind of thing. It's lovely Welsh slate. And it's carved into that. That's quite nice. That I like that. It's kind of it kind of blends into the
Yeah.
surroundings quite well.
Pretty much everything you get around there is Welsh slate. Isn't
Slates,
it?
yeah.
I did the marathon there, and I got the so normally you get like a little gift or whatever afterwards. You get a T-shirt and a little thing. I got a
What did it say on the t-shirt?
It said marathon. But yeah, I got a little slate cup holder. Not cup holder.
Oh, coaster.
Coaster.
Nice.
It's quite a good
Yeah,
gift.
that's a
It's
good
quite
little-
heavy though when you've just run a marathon.
Yeah.
Just stick this massive slate bloody
It's
coaster on your
it's
back.
a good gift to get after a marathon.
It's actually it's quite good. It's still in use at home.
Oh, I like that. That's good. So, signature hole done. Now, Jim, you normally set a side bet for us for each course, and I couldn't remember now because it's been over 5 months since we've last played golf.
That's just mental.
It
isn't
is crazy to think about
Yeah,
that. When I was it was the middle of October. We played SNA.
Yeah.
We've not actually played any challenge golf
No.
since. We played god awful golf elsewhere,
Yeah, yeah,
but just not challenge golf.
yeah. I don't feel
Um,
like I'm quite ready to go back and play like a top 100.
It's a bit
course.
daunting, isn't it?
Like I was playing a little bit of golf back then, and then I'm like, I've not played golf for 2 months, and then I'm just gonna be chucked straight at the deep end with two. Also, like 36 holes in 2 days. I mean, I used to do 36 holes a day, but
Yeah.
I've not played back-to-back rounds of golf
I
20 odd years.
on Monday at the sim,
Yeah.
I finished, and when matey boy was fondling my wedges, I, I finished. He's like, "You're right." I went, "I'm absolutely goosed." He's like, "It's hard work, isn't it, when you haven't got to walk between?" I was like, "Yeah, but I'd have to do the walk as well, and I'd be this
Yeah,
tired."
yeah.
I was like, "That's 1 hour on the sim."
Yeah, I'm gonna be
I
creaking at the
really feel
knees.
like I'm not physically prepared for this. So I'm hoping the excitement and the adrenaline
And
is
the
going to get
booze.
us
Booze,
through.
Yeah.
Booze, yeah. Is it hit flask territory, do you think? Mind you, I'm
No.
driving, so I'll drive us to the course. So
No,
no hit flask,
no,
no drinking at all on the course.
no.
Not
Wait for the 19th hole.
not your thing.
No.
No. Given the subject matter of this week's podcast, which is golf weekends away, and I talked to the American guys and golf trips and stuff like that, the Basic Bogies guys described it as aggressive drinking you do, which I thought was a great phrase. If that's what the weekend was about, are you still a no, or are you like, no, I'll have a couple of beers on the course? Like, would you get, all right, different question. Would you get leathered on a golf course while you play? Doesn't matter what the circumstances are, but would you ever do that?
Never say never.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I fall on the no.
I'm
I
so
fall on no.
competitive that like being drunk and playing golf, they just don't mix, right? Although having said that, when we did play the Nish Invitational the first year, Was it the first year? Maybe it was the second year. And we had a beer at the halfway point, and I was playing absolute fucking garbage for the first 9 holes, and then I had a beer, and then the next like
This-
3 holes, I
was
was like
this your
400 or
fake?
something.
I'm playing really terribly, but I'm cleaning up all the par 3
I
nearest to
don't-
the
I don't
pins.
think it was
Longest
that.
drive challenge.
I'm pretty sure it was just the one that was the 3 of us.
Still beating everybody on
That one.
Stableford, you know.
That was the second year of the.
Yeah.
That was-
it wasn't the Nish Invitational. It was just.
That was
Nish
the
birthday.
weirdest
This is
contrast ever. Like I'm walking up to it going, he's having a round of his life. This is great. He's like nailing the points, and he's like, this is terrible. I don't know what's happened here, but well, must have got the wrong Chris. I don't know what's happened. Yeah, I fall on the no,
Yeah, I'm definitely a no. I think.
and I don't think it's competitiveness. I just think I can't play golf if I'm leathered.
Yeah,
Just
but you're
can't
not
do
gonna
it.
enjoy, like, especially with these rounds. Like,
I will enjoy it.
you
Don't
want
worry.
to go like, you're paying a lot of money to go and play these courses. Like, we want to go enjoy it, right? I
I
don't
want to
want
remember it.
have a
Yeah.
stinking hangover and me going, oh god, I'd rather be doing something else, right?
Well, okay, take playing a top 100 course out of it.
okay,
You're going on a. They did. Was this TJ? It was his stag do.
okay, yeah.
So that was part of it. Golf was part of it.
Mhm.
So they were all getting nailed,
Yeah.
basically. In that circumstance, would you still, in inverted commas, aggressively drink on the course, or would you
Yeah.
still hold back a bit and go, no, I still want to enjoy my golf?
I mean, I think you've probably known me long enough to realise that me sitting here in theory and saying I'm not going to get drunk is all well and good. But if you get me on a golf course and just give me beer, I'm not going to not drink that. So I think
Yeah.
realistically, in theory, I'm going to say no. In practice, yeah, I'll be like hammered by the 7th hole. Fine.
In that situation that you described, yeah, I'm on it.
You're on it.
Aggressively drinking.
In that unique
In
circumstance.
that unique circumstance, yeah.
Well, let me tell you what's actually. We paid 80 quid for a round of golf and we're going to get absolutely hammered and not remember any of it. It'll make for an interesting review. Do you know who won this? Oh, I have no
Do
idea.
you want to be invited on any top 100 golf course? Ever?
Did we play all 18? I don't even remember getting past the term. That's a
Or we
good
just
point.
miss your tea time. We don't
Could
get to play
figure
it
out if
all.
they had a halfway up on this
I'm sure
course.
they will.
We're not. Are we going to get a chance to do your club sandwich? I don't think we are we?
Why not? Or what? Just time restraints.
We need to get back, don't we? We need to.
Yeah.
We need to.
Maybe
go
I
and-
could like
Pre-order,
pre-order, go in and get them to
Takeaway.
like, yeah, get them to deliver it to the
deliver,
tent to.
Deliveroo.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Uber Eats me a club sandwich.
As a
please.
visitor, actually, their website's really good. It gives you loads of information about the club, which I found quite nice. Like, it's not a surprise as such when you get there. But it's like it's the only annoying thing was it's like one of these PDF things that it's like a
Oh,
PDF
wait, change
magazine.
the page. Oh,
Yeah, and it makes the
annoying.
noise as well,
Yeah, yeah.
which I had my headphones on and full volume because I was editing an episode at the time, and it was like, I was like, wow, Jesus Christ, what's going on here?
Feels
But
very dated that already.
that
doesn't
feels
it?
a bit
I've seen something
dated.
like that.
Yeah. I think yeah, somebody's obviously sold that as this is a great little benefit.
Yeah,
It looks like a
it's
magazine.
little
It's
bit
like, nah,
professional. It's
do
great.
it as just a web page, and
Yeah.
But having that was quite good. I quite like that because I've got a good, like I say, got a good feel for the club.
You have to send it to me. I'll read it as well.
Yeah. No, I think it's on the
It's
site.
on the
Just go on
website.
the site.
I'll
They've
have
not
to go
sent
on the
anything
website and have
out.
a look.
Like they've not sent a guide or anything out
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
got
okay.
from Silith. But
Yeah.
so
Send them a guide.
I digress.
No, I'm joking.
Are we doing what is the side bet then? Are we doing a side bet? Because actually you're in on it this time. So
No, if I win, which is very unlikely, then I'll obviously take all the plaudits. But but I think the challenge is strictly between you two
Okay.
because you're doing the whole 100.
fuck off.
Okay,
Not having
then.
that.
Right. So
If you're
50
playing, you're in.
yeah. Okay. So the 15th is 429 yards.
Yeah. It's a tough tee shot that because it dog legs a
Dog
bit.
legs. Rightio. I think it'd be easy for me to say longest drive. But I think that's a bit boring.
I've had an idea.
I set the challenges.
No, I do. I want.
You have no power in this.
I know, I just-
jurisdiction.
Number of shots to get on the green.
That's a good idea. Yeah, something like that is a
Mm.
great shout.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
And I'm up for that as well because I've seen Chris's chipping on occasions and it can be pretty shocking. So
So what we
notably Moortown, doink 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 doink, backwards and forwards across.
So what were you thinking?
Does it have
The
to?
other-
hang
the
on a
other one
minute, wait a
was-
minute. We need to clarify this.
Oh,
When you say get on the green, does the ball have to stay on the green, or can it just touch the green?
oh, are you
Has to
saying
stay on the
land?
green.
Well, I'm thinking Moortown. I would have been on in 3.
It's got
right?
it's got
I would
a-
have been on it. I hit the green in 3. It
got
just then went off. And
And
hit
then
the
went
green
off
and
again.
Went off. Like, I mean, I'd hit the green like 4 more times than
You
you
did,
by the time
yeah,
I
yeah,
stayed
yeah.
on there.
I mean, you could have won that at any point with technically hitting the green. I love this. We're getting
No,
into
it
the.
has
the minutiae of the
competition,
words.
competition.
You said hit the green. You technically said hit the green, not
We
stick on
must
the green.
clarify this. I'll write you a compliance manual for it if you
I
want.
would like that actually, Jim. If you could do that, that would be very helpful.
This is
No, it
great.
has to stay in the green.
Has to stay on the green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine 96 more times Chris is going to be pulling out the technicality in your side bets now?
I'm prepared for it now.
When you say,
Or
when
I
you
will
say
be, I will
longest
be.
drive, does that have to be with the driver? You know. Yeah, okay. Right, let's do that then.
You bought into it though.
Number of shots to get to the green.
Yeah.
And stay
And
on
stay
the
in
green.
the green.
Stay on the green. More importantly.
Oh, this is going to be a good weekend. I'm looking forward to it. It's a good addition, really good addition. That's all for me. Does anybody have anything else they wish to add to the Royal St David's preview experience?
The course looks stunning.
It
really
does look stunning. It does.
And
Look
with
stunning.
that backdrop.
Yeah.
We're of an age now where we appreciate the scenery and the beauty and majesty of a golf
Detracts from the
course.
golf, perhaps.
Yeah. Another video that I watched, and it's this guy, he calls himself the bad golfer or whatever, and he was having an absolute mare. But he said the same thing. He was like, I'm playing terribly. Like, I'm scoring 9s and 10s on every hole. However, this is a beautiful place to play golf, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. It's fine. I'd rather be doing this than anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's always a nice thing to. I'm not looking at you for any particular reason, Jim.
9s and 10s, 9s and 10s.
But yeah, no, it's just exciting.
Maybe one
isn't
around.
it? It's exciting to be back in the challenge, and it's exciting to be prepping for another away day.
What are you playing off that first tee? Are you going driver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to do it, haven't you?
I mean, I can't name my driver for Toffee at the minute, but yeah, why not? What's the first hole?
It's got to be a par 4, hasn't it? I think it's
Got the
relatively
scorecard
straight.
here. 440 yards, 428 yards, par 4. Yeah, I'm banging a driver down there.
We'll show them how it's done.
I'll let you two go first, and then I'll see. See what the
What?
conditions
I
are.
keep saying this, mate, but I think the way you drive the ball might just come up trumps in this course. You know, I think it might.
Yeah,
do.
when we played in January, it was too soggy, wasn't it?
Soggy, yeah, and even then it wasn't disastrous. It was still rolling quite a bit. So I think you get
I'll whack it, don't I?
as long as you can clear the initial bit of crap that they put in front of the tee.
Yeah, and that's-
Then
Like I say, I've got a very poor memory, but I think there was a little bit of that. And
Is
again,
there?
I would have played that off the championship tee. So
Right,
back,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
much more. You generally get just a lot of rough then, and then you'll stick the championship tee a bit further back. But
Yeah.
but yeah, there is a little bit of that. I think there's a few holes where you've got a reasonable carry to get onto the fairway.
I think it'll be wind dependent, won't it? If it's really windy, then we'll probably give ourselves a bit of a break, and you can have an iron off the tee if you want to. It's not a
I
problem.
mean, iron off the tee on links course is always a good
Well,
shout.
always a good shout.
Doesn't matter how long the hole is.
That
If you
helped me
keep
at
it in
Sillard.
play.
When I hit my first one, and it was
Yeah.
like it went straight and where I wanted it to go, I was like, Phew.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing,
Relief.
it's a long hole anyway, and you're gonna be hitting
Yeah.
driver 3-iron to a par 4.
Yeah,
You might as well hit 7-iron, wedge or something. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
You're
Keep
probably gonna
it
be just better, keep it on
confines
the
of the
fairway,
yeah,
keep your ball in play.
yeah. But you're making the presumption I hit my 7-iron on the fairway.
yeah.
Yeah, but they're all going straight in 175 yards average.
No, average 175 yards, mate. Couldn't believe it. Can't hit the 5-iron for Toffee,
I
but
tell you what, next time we go to the sim, I'll bring the hairdryer and see how that
I
works.
did.
That's all.
I actually, because I don't know how far I hit these clubs at the minute. Like, it's a complete journey to the unknown. So my intention was to find out how far these are going to go. If the numbers that I was hitting are anything to go by, I've gained 20 yards on each club. Now that can't be right. So we'll see how that translates into real life. Because all my
Ooh, you got more things to think about.
all my
now, haven't you?
data's gone, mate. All my data's gone because the clubs are changed now. So that's it. What is it? Is it a 9? Is it a 5? I don't know. Just we'll figure it out. But then also with links courses, they're really good because you can do I'll play 60% 5-iron
And I
and
just
just nudge it up and it just keeps going and
which
going and
is,
going.
yeah, I just love links.
I like that.
I love that shot making. That's what makes golf for me. And links is like the perfect place.
Gotta
to do
think.
it. Yeah.
You know, yeah.
You've also got to execute as well, but yeah. But yeah,
I'll just think about it.
We haven't talked about the
Yeah,
golf
good
balls
thought.
and how many we need to take, have we? Actually, yet.
yeah.
I might
good
go and buy
point.
myself some reconditioned. I said to you the other day, didn't I? I was like, I feel like I want to upgrade myself to Pro V1s from my
I mean,
Callaway Super
I
Softs.
still can't play with anything but a Pro V1, even though I know I'm just gonna fucking lose them and not actually gain any benefits. I just feel like there is a mental blocker there in my head that will not let me play with any other ball.
There was a dead funny moment when we were talking about this, and Lucy said, so Lucy's Chris's wife, she said, "Oh yeah, because Chris buys all these reconditioned ones," and Chris went, "No, I started buying new ones now." I'm like, yeah, he's just gone from £20 for a dozen to £50 for a
Yeah.
dozen. It's coming out the joint account, Lucy. So
I mean, it's worth it for that extra 5 yards you get when you do just blast it into the rough and never see it again.
don't know what that feels like, mate.
All you need to just remind her is 41st best hotel in the world.
Yeah.
And who's paying? Oh,
Yeah.
joint account.
Joint account, yeah, absolutely wonderful. Well, look, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good start to the year.
Oh, it's going to be a great start.
Can't
Sure,
wait.
Very much looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Next time on the Top 110 podcast, we preview the second course in our Welsh trip. That's Abu Dhabi Golf Club, and we've got a great story about how that has all developed. So stay tuned for that.